Welcome to the Triple F podcast.
Bow, bow, bow.
Today we have Nate Marshall here with us. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Glad
dude, thanks
to
for
have
coming.
you. Thank you for being here.
I want to apologize to y'all up front for being late. That man, like I felt bad doing it. I hate being late to anything, but I fucked up last night at the airport. I was like, I'm in Nashville. I haven't had one since I've been here, and I got a hot chicken sandwich. And they decided to attack me this morning.
It turned on you this morning?
I thought it was going to get me last night, which I was like, fine, get me at night. I can go in about, then I'll be fine and empty. No more toxins in my body. But
way to fight stereotypes, man.
To show up late and because you had
That's hilarious.
To show up late because you had fried chicken.
I don't know. I'm trying to defend myself. I don't know if hot chicken counts as a stereotype. I don't know if that's classically black.
How do you cook that?
You fry it?
I had no idea. I don't know. It just showed up.
I don't know. My grandma made it. I'm not sure.
I think you bake it. Throw it. I don't know. But yeah, I apologize.
Was it Nashville hot?
Yeah, like
yeah,
that
the Nashville hot goes
like
crazy.
it's crazy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
good, but it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big. Well, this is the thing that I run into a lot when around here because I like spicy food. Like I don't know. I just have always been a fan of it. But when I noticed that like. I go to like this Thai restaurant out here. It's called Super Thai, and it's like fucking great. But I have to be like, I'll take it like Thai hot. I like spicy food, and they'll go, "Okay, you want it hot?" And I'm like, "No, I want it like Thai hot." And they'll be like, "But that's like really spicy." And I'll be like, "No, that's what I want." And then they'll still give it to me mild, and it's just because they're looking at me. You know what I mean?
He's going to try to sue us. Or
Yeah, that's
something.
exactly. They're like he's trying to
They're
do some
racially
shit.
profiling.
Yeah, they're racially profiling me, dude.
I like it.
We get it too.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
we get it
us
too. Is
too.
what I'm getting at.
So what you guys are saying is that Asian people are the most racist.
Yeah,
I would say so.
I would say that. Have you ever
I
heard?
loved watching you guys, especially Matt. I was like, I don't know if I want to say that.
I was
I'm
trying
fully
to think
on
of
board.
a liberal way to
I'm
get
on
around
board.
that.
Yeah.
We have one piece of evidence, but I'm in.
I
What's
went
the big
through.
piece?
I
I
went
have a lot of evidence.
I had one show where I was doing crowd work with an Asian guy, and then I asked him to start ranking the other Asians, and then I was just on that for a while.
Yeah.
For like a month. If there was an Asian guy in the crowd, I would just ask them. And like they all have a pretty easy time knowing which ones are the best and which ones they don't fucking like. They're the most racist against
Is it
other
racism or is it
Asians.
nationalism?
No, well,
Because it's like you're Korean.
well,
You know
now,
you get what I mean?
Well,
I don't know. I'm too
Chinese and
stupid to have this
Japanese are
conversation.
different races. No,
Yeah, I think so, but I do
See, this
get
is-
what you're
Here
saying.
we
No,
go.
because I do still think if a Chinese person was just watching like a black person or a white person beat the shit out of a Japanese person, like because they're Japanese, I feel like somehow it will bother them. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like a Pakistani person watching a I don't know. Difference between the browns. I'm
Well, it's
trying to say
It's like
the
if
right
you saw
thing.
a
I didn't
Canadian
say
getting
Indian.
the shit kicked out of him by like somebody, you'd probably be like, "Don't fucking hit a Canadian."
Well, no,
depends
as
if
white
it's a
guys, we're
black
not really
Canadian.
allowed to hop in on behalf of other white guys for the most part.
Oh, if
just
it's
because
a-
it can.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's not that we can't. It's that it can get
Yeah.
because you don't want to
2-on-1.
If I saw a black
Yeah.
guy beating up a white guy,
Yeah.
and then I hopped in
Yeah.
and was like, no, and then the other white guy hopped up and decided to be.
Like keep going.
No, let's get that, and then call, like, you know what I mean?
And now you just
Now, but you can quick flip.
Yeah.
Just swing on the white guy now. Now y'all are jumping the white guy. Now
You're like,
y'all
whoa,
doing
whoa,
it for
whoa, wait,
America.
I didn't know you were that kind of white guy. Now I'm on his side.
Yeah.
But
Easy
then
flip.
you've already defended the white guy, so now it's a three-way. Now it's kind of a Rumble Royale situation.
That's a fun fight to get into. Though.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's just
1v1v1.
Yeah. Then you just gotta throw out a random slur.
Yeah.
Just fuck. I was going.
Yeah.
My asshole's empty. I'm so ready to bury everything I could ever have. Don't say slurs.
Yeah, don't say well, you're allowed to say some of them.
Yo, all right. Speaking of slurs, y'all probably haven't seen this. Did y'all see the thing with the lady Jaguar? Right, it's kind of going viral right now. She did like her own Cat Williams interview. It's got like 2 million views. She's an old singer from Philly, but she's got an interview that's like popping right now because she's like, she had an interview from like a year ago talking about all the shit that's coming about Diddy now. So they brought her back to
I
do
have
it
seen
again.
this. Yeah,
and now
yeah.
she's like saying all of it. And she's saying it all again and she's saying names. But the part that's so funny is they do bleep out everything she says. But she says faggot on this episode to the point, like, it might be the funniest thing. I didn't even finish. It's like 2 parts. I didn't finish the second part. I had to hear her say it 100 times, and I don't think I'm exaggerating.
You're halfway through.
Like it's crazy.
And she's calling Diddy.
Calling multiple people.
Yeah.
And then but she does clean it up. She goes like, I'm a bisexual woman. I'm LGBT, this, that, and the third.
Okay.
But
all
all of
right.
them.
Well, it's tough because
How bisexual do you have to be to drop faggot?
that's a good point.
I think it depends. I think as a dude, you suck one dick, you're all
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
gotta
suck a
Yeah,
dick
you
to
get
drop
the pass
one?
for
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
You
you
put
get the
one
pa-
dick in your mouth.
Okay.
That's
If
good
you
for
have
life.
a dick, if you ever as a man
One dick
or
loophole.
say
Yeah,
you're
that's
bisexual,
one dick loophole
yeah,
is so
it's a
funny.
one dick loophole. If you have a dick inside you at all,
Yeah.
you can say it.
You're
You
a
can say
veteran
it.
at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
You've been around the
But
game.
I don't know if
You're decorated.
bisexual women are allowed to say it.
Because
That doesn't seem
bisexual,
right.
yeah, well, it's like you were saying. It's like bisexual women. Was it you that was like they really don't even exist? It's like you
They're
just
fake.
Yeah,
You're still women. Stay out of men's business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you can say it as long as you don't got anything to lose.
That's
yeah,
true.
that's the
Just-
biggest
I
thing.
mean, really,
if we get down to brass tacks, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
if
you
don't
should
have
see,
nothing
dude,
to
you should see
lose.
like my
That's
uncle's
true.
Facebook page.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
But it's like,
yeah.
what's he gonna? He's retired and he works in Iowa. It's
Yeah.
like nobody gives a
No
shit.
one, no one hits slurs like a junkie outside of a Sunoco.
Yeah.
They have nothing to lose.
I haven't
They'll
gotten
drop
that.
'em.
What do they drop? Like, what's your experience with that?
They'll drop everything.
Well, people
Really?
who are
Yeah.
suffering from severe, like let's say like a schizophrenic, like drug addict, they're using slurs that you haven't heard in a long
So
time.
it's just flying under the radar.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean.
calling people colors,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yellow and shit, like yellow belly and stuff. And you're like, is that a slur?
Yeah.
Like, because they're just in a different reality.
Yeah.
They're advanced racism. Is what they
Yeah,
are.
like
They've
it.
It's came full circle at
It
that
really-
point. 'cause
yeah,
they're,
it's like
they're
fashion.
thinking futuristic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are
it
a
really
lot
is.
of a lot of old slurs that I think if you brought back, no one would even know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you just called people those words, I think I don't want to drop one now.
No, of course not. Of course
Look at
not.
the camera.
Can I ask y'all a white
Hit one.
slur that I feel like I just found out, and I don't know if it's real or not? Is do y'all call black people fighting bug fights?
I've never heard that.
I've never heard
before,
that
no.
in my
All right.
life.
Okay, maybe it's
Bug
just-
fights? That's
what
crazy.
I hope I didn't just start it. I saw it online, and I was like,
No.
"Damn."
I haven't heard of it, but I'm gonna say it a lot now. I like
knew
that.
I did the wrong thing. By
Yeah.
bringing it up.
Yeah.
The guy, fuck. Well, you live and you learn.
Do
I
you have
mean,
any more?
It's
Huh?
really.
Do you have any more? Just keep dropping
Do
them.
you have any new ones?
Let me get my notes app out.
I just gotta. I wish I had ones off the top of my head that were for other races. Just have you saying them. Like, have you saying them to Asian people thinking you're talking about black people? Like these fucking, I don't know,
Dude,
yellow
dude.
bellies.
He showed me this video a couple weeks ago. It's the fucking craziest video. It's in China
Mhm.
and these.
Oh, it's
these-
one of the funniest videos. of all
It's the
time.
funniest
It's so
thing I've ever
good.
seen. So it's like
It's awful.
It's brutal, but there's like these ladies, and they're all sitting at a table, and this Chinese guy goes up, and he goes up to they're all Chinese. And I just like,
Yeah.
So
Everybody in this video is
everybody in this
Chinese.
video is
In China.
Chinese.
Okay,
But
okay.
this specific fucking Chinese guy. So this
fucking
this
Chinese guy.
this guy goes up to this group of ladies at this table, and he tries to talk to him, and they like send him on their way. They're like, he's trying to like mac on him, and they're like, no, get out of here. So then he goes back to his table, and he's talking with the fellas, and then he just walks right back over and just starts swinging on the girls, which is like crazy out of nowhere.
I like
But
this.
then it turns into like kind of like the guy table versus the lady table, and it's going exactly how you think. And it's just like these dudes are fucking these women up. And then out of nowhere, a guy from outside the store comes running in, grabs a chair, and you go, nice, he's gonna do the right thing. And then he just starts slamming it on these girls on the ground. Dude, he just starts out of nowhere.
This
Just,
dude's not involved at all.
Not
He's
involved
like,
at all. He's like,
oh shit, are we beating women?
yeah, get me in, dude. Let me
Hell
put my
yeah.
number
Just
in here.
breaks
It's
a chair
crazy.
across this chick's back.
That sounds like they all deserved it. That
That's
doesn't-
real
You don't
loyalty.
get into that kind of scuffle with bystanders jumping in like that if you didn't do something wild, right?
Yeah.
Also, if the birth rate of women in your country is that low, you only have so many shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Word spreads.
if a girl declines, you might not get another shot for like a year. Like the male to female ratio, it would upset you. It's not like here where
Is
it's like
it
I'll just
vast? Is it?
Yeah, it's like
pretty-
1.5 or something, which is crazy.
I've heard maybe I heard it on this podcast from you guys. Like the whole thing of them trying to control their population is backfiring because there's huge generational gaps
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
China where like they might not be able to procreate and like continue like
they also all wanted like a son to keep the
Yes.
name going.
Right.
So like that was when they were doing like that. You can't keep both. So they were
sending babies down the river and shit.
Yeah. So that people were getting rid of their daughters because they're like, we got to keep our legacy going. But everybody had the same plan.
Such a crazy policy for a country that's produced 2 NBA players.
Yeah.
To be like, we only
one
want
great
sons.
one.
Because in America, we're like, I want a son. I want him to grow up and play football. And they're just like, even better math.
Equally as good math. So the actual ratio is it's 104.61 to 100, which doesn't sound that crazy when you're talking about 104 people versus 100 people. But when you start multiplying those numbers into the billions, because there's like the population of China is like what I want to guess like 1
Dude,
billion,
for every
2
100
billion?
women, there's 4 incels that are just like, they don't talk to me.
Yeah, and then
that's
you
a
start- take
dangerous.
that
That's a
times-
dangerous
Well,
number.
then take that times 10, and then all of a sudden you go because there's definitely 104,000 women.
Yeah.
Which means that there's 4,000 dudes not fucking women.
Dude,
and then
there's
take
like
that
2
times 10
billion.
again, and
There's
then
like
it's
2
like all of a
billion
sudden
Chinese women.
You got a
better
whole
hope you-
organization. You got a
you
terrorist
better hope you
organization.
fucking invent an app.
That's how
over
you
there
make
or
an
something.
army. That's how they're going to conquer us.
Yeah,
They
the
just have-
angriest, horniest dudes.
Yeah, but then the propaganda,
They just
dude,
have
you can call me.
40 dudes. They have 40
Yeah,
million
but-
dudes who can't get pussy
We're doing-
because of numbers.
Yeah.
And
Or-
they know numbers.
We're doing
Yeah.
counter intel, just sending sluts over there,
Yeah.
like counter intel.
That's how-
operations.
that's
That
how
would be
we-
the move. Send retired porn stars.
Yeah,
Like,
send a suck battalion over there.
yeah. All the washed up porn stars. They would take them. I would take them.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
them to this day.
Yeah.
There's that bar in Florida where you can go and see. I told you about it in Dania when you guys were there, and it was like there's like that retired bar where you can go.
Have you actually been to it?
I've been there once.
I've never been to
No.
But
it.
what is it's like a retired stripper bar,
So
right?
yeah, like they play on like these old TVs, apparently like old porns, and the women in the porn are the bartenders.
Yeah.
That's
like
amazing.
It's their
I forgot
old,
about this.
It would
yeah.
be like
Yeah.
if we walked in and I was like, I got my high school basketball highlight tape. I'm gonna play it on.
Yeah.
repeat
While we do the pod.
While we do the pod.
Is the
Sick.
VIP called the C section? Hi,
Come on,
everybody.
dude. Welcome back to the Triple F podcast, guys. We're gonna cut this whole first
We
10
can't
minutes
let him
after
get
that
away
one.
with it. We can't let him.
Hi,
get away
I'm
with it.
That's-
Jeff Dolezal.
that's
How you
my
guys doing?
By the
Absolute
way,
favorite thing.
there's 97 men to every for 100 women in the U.S. So we're
winning
doing
that
good,
race.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying that the
Seems like we all deserve 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how. No. That number
I know
doesn't
that's
check
bad
out.
math, but we'll figure it out. We'll get
that's,
rid of it.
that's,
Yeah.
that's boy math.
That's
what you're
Chinese.
saying.
yeah.
That's the Chinese's problem.
Yeah,
We-
yeah,
yeah.
They'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll worry about our
Every
end.
two guys. You want to bring
Yeah.
you want to bring math in here? That's why you get no pussy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll worry about freedom over here. How about
As soon
that?
as
How
the
about
chick
that,
pulls up that
motherfuckers?
math, we're like, you're going over there.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you to China. How about that? Yeah.
You know who will love that math bullshit? Where you're being deployed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're part of the suck battalion.
You're part of the suck battalion. It's so funny.
Your ship leaves tomorrow.
Your boot camp is just boot camp is just 6th grade. You just have to re-go through middle school.
Yeah, we got it good over here, man.
No,
There's
yeah.
also
Our-
1.5 billion Chinese people.
Yeah.
So
Too many.
there's enough.
That one- I do want to know the actual number of that then for the lady to female because that gap is crazy. That gap
What?
is New York City of
What?
like male to female. Then
Well,
if it's that
Yeah.
many
you look
people,
at it by the
1.5 billion.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how to do that math.
If there's
Yeah.
4 fuckless dudes for every 100 women, and there's 1 billion women, that's like 40 million.
Yeah, count the zero. Ground the fucking. What is it? The,
Yeah.
That's a
you know
lot,
what I
dude.
mean?
Move the
Carry
decimal.
Yeah, move the decimal.
Yeah.
1, 2.
I mean, that's why they're good at that kind of stuff. You have to focus your attention elsewhere.
Yeah,
so your
yeah.
cum doesn't
Yeah.
ever get released.
Yeah, dude.
You have to draw cartoons and do math.
Yeah.
Or touch bitches on the subway.
Yeah, that's.
I
a
would
big
definitely
thing.
lean that way.
That's a big thing.
If I was in China, I'd be a touch on the subway guy. I think that's where I'd go with it. It's the best way to be.
Yeah, and it's, I don't even
Everybody
think it's a
agree with
crime
me.
over there.
We would all harass
And if
women
you
in
can
China. Come on.
And if you can escape that subway car,
All right, so I accidentally unplugged the audio with my foot.
And Jeff didn't say
I
anything that was
didn't say
controversial.
anything bad. I was about to.
Jeff was,
I was
saying-
about to.
Jeff was only being mildly racist, which is pretty normal, and we actually missed. We really missed you being here the
Yeah,
last couple
because
months.
I haven't had to worry about cutting things for a while.
I haven't-
Easy posting.
I haven't had anxiety over the podcast in so long. and it's great to have you back so I can be like, is Jeff talking about Shaquille O'Neal in the wrong way?
Did I have a Shaquille O'Neal one?
Forever ago, yeah.
Oh,
we were talking about
yeah,
the Papa
yeah,
John's thing.
yeah.
It wasn't even actually
I
that
think
big
we
of a
should
deal.
leave that in. We should re-say that.
This would now be the third time.
Let Nate be the
No,
black
no.
voice.
Throw
The
it
only
out
black
there.
guy I know
I
is going to determine whether or not
refuse.
this is okay.
You're going to die on that hill on your own if you want to. And I'm going to act offended. I'm going to be like,
Oh no!
Oh my God. I can't believe you would say
I think
that.
I think that we would fuck China up in a war, though. To go back to this, I really don't
I've
think
had
it would
this
be even
conversation
close.
with you.
It would
and
not
I'm
even be close,
I'm
dude.
not sure. I don't know enough to know. It just seems
Wouldn't
like
even be close.
I'm just
there's
gonna
so many of them.
I'm going to just say, because, America, we got it.
We
Light
got
work, domination.
We got it.
But
You know what? I was
idea.
talking with because our roommate. You
Goddamn
met
right.
Jack. Our Jack. He's our roommate. He's a Navy SEAL. Me and him were
Yeah.
talking about this for a long time because they're now doing the UN. So like the United Nations or whatever, the Allied forces. They're now training. They're switching all of their training from like conventional. So we used to do like it was like the urban environment, like going into like cities and raiding buildings and stuff like that to like train for like the Middle East and whatever. That's like what they've been prepping for. But now they're going all back to trench warfare. So now all the training on like the mass scale is trench warfare.
no, why is that?
And because of the war in the Ukraine, and now that's all trench warfare. And so what they're doing, this is actually cool. So trenches, the way that the big problem with trenches is that you can drop grenades from drones, which is like that video that we showed and got in trouble by a lot of people online for.
We watched it. We showed a video on our podcast or whatever, and we were joking about it because there was a video of 2 Russian soldiers, and one of them was sucking the other one's dick while a drone flew over top, recording it, and then dropped a grenade on them.
Killed both of
Funniest
them.
death of
It
all
was
time.
Dude, so good.
funny.
And the clip went viral, and I was like, nice, viral clip. And then I looked at the comments, and everyone's like, that ginger is. Somebody said I have a satanic laugh, and it had like 1,000 likes. I was like, oh, brutal.
The internet was furious with us laughing
to
at
hit a
this.
gay buzzer beater.
Yeah, a gay buzzer beater is
exactly.
so
To
funny,
suck
dude.
dick in the last 15 seconds of
Yeah,
your life.
just to piss God off right before you meet him.
You were going to heaven
The
your
whole
whole
time.
life, and then at the last second you're like, "Fuck it, dude." Whip it
Yeah,
out.
so they but they were talking about because all that shit in the UK or the Ukraine is all like trench warfare. What they're saying to do, what they're doing to counter drones, it's the easiest fix in the world, dude. They're just putting tents up above. So it's like if this is the trench that you're in, they just put something like this
So
that
if
you can't
you
see.
drop a
yeah, so you
grenade,
can't
it
see.
just
yeah,
bounces
you
off?
can't see
Yeah.
into it, and then if you put it in,
Enough
it
of
just
this hand
rolls
motion.
down. You said what?
Enough of this hand
So when you're
motion.
sitting there,
We don't have like infrared? That seems like a easy.
so but if you do that though, like you still have to time it right, because grenades, if a grenade blows up right here,
Yeah.
and you're in here, you're gonna be fucked up, but you're not gonna be dead. You're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
like maybe like, but you're not gonna be taken out.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But also,
Yeah.
I don't know how infrared works. Also, I'm also super uneducated.
I've also
I
heard-
watched 5 videos about this, and I was
I've
like,
heard
I'm
that
an expert.
grenades don't blow up the way we think
No,
they
they
blow
don't.
up. They
No,
kind of just
blow
go
up shrapnel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
shrapnel. It's
Shrapnel.
shrapnel that hits you. So that's what a big.
Is it shrapnel or shrapnel?
I think
There's
it's
a P.
shrap.
Yeah, there's a P.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But so like that's what they do in like IEDs, or like suicide vests or whatever. What they do is they pack them with nails and marbles.
Yeah.
So that way when you blow up, it fucking.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's
Throwing
a-
dude, holy shit. Okay, so this is a fun one. So you throw grenades when you're in the military. Obviously, I've told this story to you guys, but
fucking you better.
Nice.
yeah, it's the most American thing. So when I was getting ready to get out, we were on like a little deployment training exercise, and we were teaching like the new guys how to throw grenades. And what they do is they do this thing where they give you a rock, they give you to throw. You go through. There's like 3 types of throws. It's like overhand, kneeling, and then laying down, right? And
Those
you go
last
through
2 are so gay.
yeah, dude, you're gonna
Just
lay
on
down.
your belly with your
And
knees
you
up.
like,
And so
When they teach the women soldiers, they're like,
underhand softball it. A lady throwing a grenade.
Just fucking
And then some guy just tink. Just home
Right
runs
back
it.
at her.
Yeah,
"We can never go to the war with the Dominican."
yeah, dude. No,
Oh,
just
man.
send them right back. The craziest bad enemy.
they're catching them with gloves made of milk cartons. and
Yeah,
shit.
throwing it right
Throwing it
back. Dude, they
Rocking
just
them.
lasering you out, dude. That's so funny. A grenade and a Dominican offensive. It's just them throwing grenades the whole time, no weapons. But so you throw high standing, kneel, and then a prone. And so you throw what you do is you throw rocks to get the comfortability. Then they give you an empty grenade shell, so it's just like the weight of the grenade or whatever, but no explosive. Then they give you like a grenade that has like an M80 in it, basically like a little explosion. And then you get the real deal grenade. So I'm like one of they call it the range safety officers, and I'm sitting on top of I'm by the pile of grenades with my platoon sergeant right here. So it'd be like where me and Matt are.
The safety officer is sitting on a pile of grenades.
Yeah.
I just was laughing at the fucking.
I'm sitting right here.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on this. So it's like me, a pile of grenades, like a big
Real
box.
grenades.
Real grenades. And
Nice.
right next to that is my staff sergeant, who's like the platoon sergeant.
And then right next to that is a huge roaring fire.
Yeah, and then right next to that is a fire. No. So this kid.
I thought you were being serious.
No,
I thought this was part of the story.
yeah.
I was like,
No, so we're letting the new guys throw grenades. And this kid, it's at the time where they throw the M80s, basically. And this kid goes to throw like the grenade that kind of blows up. That's not a real blow. And he's supposed to be throwing it this way. And he's so unathletic that he throws it and it just goes, straight, and it lands in the pile of grenades. And it's like going to explode. And there was this second where I looked down and I noticed it, and then I looked up, and my staff sergeant was looking at it, and then he looked at me, and it blew up, and the grenades went in the air and then landed, and then we just I stared at this guy. He didn't even fucking flinch, by the way. This dude was scary.
Yeah.
And then the second after, it boom. We sat there for like 2-3 seconds, and then I just heard, Walker! And then he just takes his helmet off and he just runs over and just starts clobbering
Yeah.
This guy.
damn, you were so close to dying.
Well, yeah, that's like that's my only war story. Is like one of those things where it's like I watched
Just
pile
a kid
of
who grew up
grenades.
with 2 moms.
Damn, you almost got killed by a
seriously.
gay man.
Yeah, getting
Just
thrown
fucking
by a
sissy arm.
Yeah, dude.
It is crazy
damn it.
though, because like I feel like if somebody was to toss me a tennis ball, I'd catch it, I'd fire it back. There's a level of like, if it was a grenade, I'd be like, have I ever thrown anything in my entire life?
Yeah, the
Like,
second
it
that
would
it's-
feel different. It's like, have you ever been playing horse with somebody and then they do a layup and you miss the layup?
Yeah.
And you go,
No,
how
I'm
did
a-
I miss a
I've done
layup?
it.
I'm
1,000
documentedly a
times,
bad
yeah.
basketball player.
I know, I saw the video.
Yeah, I'm not even
They've
gonna-
already discussed it on podcasts
Yeah,
that got
yeah,
way
yeah.
more views.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, that was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
rough.
Yeah, let's
It's
move
okay.
on. Let's move
It's
on.
all right.
Sorry
We'll
about
move
that.
on. He airballed a 3-pointer by like 15 feet. It was crazy.
It was insane.
Was it a high pressure situation?
Not even. I hadn't shot a basketball in like 6 years, and I've gotten substantially weaker. I think since then. Just
Physically, you're saying?
physically, yeah. And I tried to hit the same flick of the wrist as before, and
Yeah.
it was very sad.
It was very similar to the way that guy threw the grenade, where it just kind of
It was-
didn't go the
You
way.
went, that's not.
It
Yeah.
like
Has this
I
guy
did.
seen
I
a
put my
basketball
hands
before?
behind my back. I just tried to leave the situation. It was
It's a basketball uncle shot, or like your uncle who
even
played
worse.
in high school.
Basketball auntie,
Basketball
full
auntie.
basketball auntie.
There's always like an old guy at like LA Fitness who's like, let me get a shot in, and he hasn't touched a basketball in years. And he's
Dude.
like,
and he's
Yeah.
got the form. You see him do it, and then, but it's just
Yeah.
There's
Life
always an
got
old
you,
guy like
man.
that.
You
Have
don't
you
know
guys
how to
seen
hoop
the
anymore.
dude at the LA Fitness over here who wears the full jersey?
Yes.
It's
is
it's
nice.
crazy.
Amazing.
He wears a Bulls jersey.
I
He
love it
wears
so
a Bulls
much.
jersey, Bulls shorts, and he's got Jordans on and Bull socks.
He's
And
the
it's-
flyest guy at the gym.
And it's crazy. I
He
see him,
dresses like Michael Jordan.
It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
love this guy.
Yeah.
White guy, black guy.
Black guy.
Black
I knew
guy.
it.
He
I
kind of
knew
looks
it.
like Michael Jordan too.
Yeah, well, just
Oh, he's trying to
is it Michael Jordan?
get bitches.
No.
He is trying to
He's
get
trying to trick
he's
somebody.
trying to get bitches at the LA Fitness
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle of the
I've
day.
seen
on
him
a
like
Tuesday.
Michael
Well, it's crazy 'cause
Jordan?
I've seen him not be playing basketball, so it's just
Yeah.
he's just
Oh,
working
just at
out.
the gym,
He,
like,
no,
yeah, yeah.
like he does play basketball, but it's funny prior to going in,
Yeah.
having the whole attire on and the sweatband and be like curling.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like,
that's
what are you
retarded.
doing, dude?
if he doesn't do his laundry, he can't go to the gym. I
Yeah.
gotta put on my
Every single time you go to the gym, he's wearing that same whole fit.
I see him there on the weekends. That's it.
Well, we wouldn't be able to recognize him probably if he didn't have because he would just look like another
Yeah,
black
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Classic white guy face,
Yeah,
like
classic
white
white
eyes.
guy where I'd go. I'm not sure if it's him. I don't feel
Yeah.
confident enough to say hi.
I've learned that about y'all since like doing shit with Shane. Like I'll be places and I'll have white guys be like, like they come up reluctant, like they don't want to be wrong. Like there's like a fear of being like, I thought you were this other black guy from things I watched, but
Yes,
you're not. And they're
yes.
like, but it's always they get courage when they're drunk. I'll see people look at me and be like, oh, and then they'll not, but then they'll be drunk later on and be like, hey, I wanted to say, like in New York, I don't see it get as much down here.
Yeah.
Back like the stand or whatever, like
Yeah,
that. I've had
yeah.
that happen a handful of times. I don't know. I didn't know y'all thought we all looked the same like that. I do kind of think that about y'all a little bit,
Well,
but not a lot.
You know what I think it is, as more than anything from personal experience? It's not that we think you all look the same. Do you know how embarrassing it would be to go up to a black guy and be like, yo, and then him be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Then you go, oh, I just mistaked another black guy.
Yeah,
so it's more
yeah.
the fear.
Okay, that's like,
It's more the fear of going up to a black guy and being like, Nate, and he's like, what are you talking about? And then being like, fuck. Then it is all of you guys looking alike.
I had a funny one that I made. I think some lady felt bad. I'm sitting in like the back of the little boy at the mothership, just watching like a cruise show or something, waiting for Gardenian and like I think Lemaire to leave. I'm sitting there, and one of the people who worked there, one of the women who worked there, I don't know her name, I wouldn't say it anyway, but she sat next to me, and she started to like just lean over and talk to me like we knew each other. And then I was like looking at her, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like clearly, and then she stopped talking. I was like, "You think I was Miles?" She's like, "I thought you were Miles."
Yeah.
And they like work together, which is so funny.
Yeah, because you and Miles both have like a little fro-y kind of like, but it's not.
Yeah, no beard
You
on
also
Miles.
have a huge beard.
I've never seen Miles dressed the way you're like. It's
never.
Also, if he was there where he works, he would be in uniform.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
It was very funny to me.
Yeah, it happened.
I don't get salty about it.
Yeah.
I did want to talk to you. Like, I'm sorry, y'all from Florida. Y'all gun guys at all? Well, you're from Oklahoma.
I'm from
Well,
Oklahoma.
we live in Florida. We moved all from Florida.
I'm not a huge gun guy, but every time I've shot one, I've been like,
I'm like,
fucking let's go.
Yeah. I know enough. I'm not like super into it the way that I think people would assume I would be.
We do have one in the house.
We have one. I have a couple in the house.
I
You have
don't.
more than one?
Let's go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding.
Let's get it.
I got a 38 in the room right now, boy.
Nice. I'm hype. I just ordered. Like, I'm about to be a gun guy now.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
I ordered a fucking flip out Smith & Wesson. Well, I had the mic off. It's flip out Smith & Wesson. It's like I guess they call them, I'm trying to learn the lingo, PCC.
Okay,
a little 9mm rifle that I can't wait to just be in the house playing with.
Oh, dude.
I'm just going to be playing with it for hours.
I thought, like, when I drove here from Florida, it was the first time I've ever, like, carried, because I had the gun with me, and I wasn't just going to, like, I kept it on me. And I'm not kidding, I thought, man, I should carry this with me all the time while I was doing it, and I realized how bad of it. I was just, like, cutting people off. I was like, do something. You know what I mean? It's like not a good thing to have on me.
I can't wait to have that
so
energy.
powerful. I was like, I want somebody to honk. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not good to have.
I can't wait to walk down 6 and someone asks me for change.
I can't wait. Have y'all gotten a thing on 6th Street where they don't even ask for change? They just try to add something to something you're already buying?
No, I haven't had that.
I've had it happen twice now.
Like,
They
once
walk up
me,
and they go, and a chicken taco?
well, he trying to get me to get a soda. And so I was going up to get like a fucking like a gyro or something from one of the ones around Creek, and I'm putting my order in, and the dude goes, "Oh, yo, here." Just he tried to hand me $1 and was like, "This is $2. Just add that to this." And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that, bro." And he starts spazzing on me. He's like, "I never see another black man try to treat another black man like that."
No.
And I'm like, I feel you,
He
man.
hit you with the boozy defense?
Yeah, he hit me with the boozy defense, and then he goes, I feel you, man, and he goes, no, you don't, and that's like the last thing he says, and then we actually have like a bad back and forth that ended like, I think once he saw I wasn't just like, all right, like I will fight you out here, he chilled out, and that was it, but
I did have a dude stop rapping to ask me for money. He had a speaker and he was rapping on 6, and then I was walking by as he's rapping, and he was like, "Yo, man, like you think you got like $1 on you?" And I was like, "No." And then he just went right back to the bars.
See, I've had a guy do the opposite. I've had a guy offer to rap for me for money, and I did it, and he rapped for way too long. And then I was in it. You can't get out of it. He's freestyling.
16 bars, dude.
It was the most schizophrenic rap I've ever heard in my life. And then I just had to give him
The
money
boss
after.
is watching.
The first time that I moved down or that I visited here, a guy was like, "Give me $1, I'll tell you a joke." And I was like, "Perfect, let's go."
Yeah.
So then he told 3 jokes back to back, and then he was like, "That'll be $3." And I was like, "You got me, dude." You got me. Honestly, I didn't stop him after one.
You gave him the
he
dollars?
was like a joke $1, and I gave him $3.
How funny
No,
would
I
it be to
should
see
give
him
him
like
$1.
running a set later that night too?
Yeah.
Like, he was, like he's been workshopping.
Bro,
I would have
He's
been
like, I made the last
furious.
comic pay me for these
Yeah.
jokes.
Normally I get paid to tell these
Just
jokes.
came
like
off
he's
a pay
bombing.
gig.
this
Yeah.
next guy, he's all out of ones.
Every gig is a paid gig if you stop a white guy and you're like, give me money for jokes.
Yeah. I used to watch. There's on the internet. There's a couple pages of comics being so bad that they go viral. There's one I've been watching. I can't ever remember the guy's name. I need to just follow him. But the where he has a joke about mosquitoes. Like he does.
Oh, you
he's
showed
like,
me this guy.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
can you imagine? And he's in the biggest room you've ever seen. Like he's on the biggest stage.
And it's like a full room.
You can't tell, but it
Okay,
doesn't
okay,
seem
okay,
like he's
okay.
like, imagine being mosquito and you go to bite somebody, but you just bite a titty and you go too deep and then it's just titty milk. And then you're like, whoa,
This guy's the best.
because you're a mosquito.
Yeah.
And then it zooms out to like a huge room and you just hear one person go, it's brilliant. But the OG of this guy was somebody in Austin like years ago on TikTok who just got on my feed, and his videos, he has no followers, but his videos would get millions of views because it was just so bad. It was so bad. And the first week I moved here, I was on my way to go golf and I saw him on the side of the road asking for change.
Oh.
And I was like, that might be the darkest experience I've had in comedy.
Yeah.
Of just being like, oh man, I was laughing at him being bad, but him being bad he's homeless.
Yeah,
He's
kinda-
asking for change.
There was a fucking in San Diego when I was out there. There was this comic who would go on stage and just bomb. It was just all political stuff, and he would go up there and he would bomb, and it was just all like these weird, like local. He would basically be like, "In fucking governor," he would be like, or he'd be like, "The mayor, Miss Sanchez, is fucking doing this and doing that, and blah blah blah," and he would bomb.
You seen this bitch running for comptroller?
Yeah. So he was doing that, right? And then one day, we're out and I'm walking into ACC and he's getting kicked out, and they're like, "You can't perform here. This is great." Like we saw the video, and I was like, "What's happening?" And then everybody pulled up. There's a video, and what he was doing is he was workshopping these rants. Like these about like local government at the open mics, and then he would go to like city council meetings, and then he would do like he would like go and to be the speaker. What's that called when you fucking keep talking?
It's a
A
filibuster.
filibuster.
Okay.
He would
But
he would like filibuster.
That
He would
rules.
filibuster these people with material that he worked out. But this video went crazy because he was doing a bit and he was trying to call the city council like stupid, and he was like, "You guys don't know what the fuck you are. You guys are just like all monkeys hanging in a tree," is what he said.
Yeah.
But 4 of the people on the council
Are
were
black people, yeah,
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
everybody thought
Yeah.
he was being racist, but he was just like talking. He was calling this. I'm not trying to justify his racism.
He had workshopped a
He
bit
was
in white
workshopping this
rooms
thing, yeah.
and didn't think
And
of how it would go
and he
over in the
didn't
black
think
room.
Yeah, because it was working.
Damn.
And he brought it to the thing, and it went super viral because it was like local San Diego racist man goes on a thing, and then like the next day he was. Then even crazier, he saved a comic from getting beat up by a homeless guy by hitting him in the head hitting the homeless guy in the head with a skateboard and knocking him through a pan of glass.
And then he
the
said,
This
"Now
guy's
go
a
hang in
legend.
tree."
and then-
This guy's a legend.
He was like, whoa.
This guy
I do
rocks.
respect the technique he's doing though. Like I like when white comics don't change their material in black rooms. That's my favorite thing. And he's like, I'm gonna just go for it. I'm gonna
This
shoot
is
the
my
shot,
shtick.
see how it goes here.
Well,
My
it's just-
favorite is the white comic who doesn't change his material but just adds more yos, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I hate that guy. I hated that guy. It makes me laugh now. I guess when I was a newer comic, it used to be like, yeah. And I would drive out to these places with people, and I'd be like, I know you. How you do these jokes in my head, like
Yeah.
you're and you know just watching friends bomb. Like you blew it. Now we both look bad because I came here with you. But
I don't think that I had a string where I was doing a lot of urban shows in Florida, and I was doing really well just being the white guy.
Urban shows.
urban shows was a hilarious way to say it.
That's how they call them.
In Florida, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What
Black
would I call
rooms.
them? Black rooms?
Black roofs.
That seems more racist.
It does, doesn't
Does
it?
that seem
Why?
more racist or no?
Not
I
to
don't know.
me. It seems like you're doing black rooms.
See what?
Unless
yeah.
they weren't in or Spanish rooms.
No,
If
they were black.
Black rooms, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Black
So
rooms.
they were
give me
black
a-
rooms.
give me
There
a
was
black
hookah
room
being
over a
smoked
Spanish room.
inside. It was black.
Yeah.
There was, They smoked weed inside. There was a DJ on the stage. They were black rooms.
Yeah.
And I had a string of them where I was just like murdering. And then it went for a long time where I didn't do them because the production company left or whatever that was running them. And then I did a like pretty black room in LA, and I realized my material has gotten too gay for black people.
Yeah.
They don't really like a lot of gay stuff, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I feel like it depends like where you are. I'm surprised in LA it was too gay. Like I feel like, cause in like, I do black rooms in Brooklyn, and I mean, as long as you're not being too gay. I don't know how gay you're being on stage. I've never seen you be super gay.
It wasn't that gay, but it was not gay.
I have like one thing I say on stage I think that's kind of gay, and it never really.
But you also are black. Do you think they've maybe?
I actually think it would be worse.
You think
for
so?
me? Yeah. So
they're like white people being
white
gay.
people being gay. That's what white people do.
Yeah, that's what they
do.
do. That's what white people do. They be gay.
I'll be gay.
We were outside of East Austin a couple days ago, and a black dude walks up to us, and he's like, is this thing popping? What is this? Why y'all just standing outside? And we're like, no, this is a comedy club. And he was like, oh, y'all comedians? And we were like, yeah. And he goes, that's gay. And we all laughed, and he goes, I knew y'all would like that.
Damn. Then he just disappeared, too, which is even the bigger flex, dude. He just walked away.
And he was like, can I go in? They were like, well, it's a paid show, but there's another one at 10 o'clock. And he was like, no.
And then he just walked away.
It was just like a quick reminder of just like, black guys are way cooler and in general funnier than
that was so sick
white
to be
people.
like, that's gay, and then you guys laugh, and then he was like, I knew y'all love that shit.
I know how to
That's
make
the
white
type
people
of
laugh.
humor y'all
What if
like.
he does that every Saturday?
Just
Yeah.
go to outside
Got
of
the timing
clubs and
better.
just drops away.
Well, there is like what looks to be like a black nightclub right next to the new location of East Austin.
Yeah.
Because when
Okay.
I parked, I was walking down the street, and there were two black couples in front of me, and I was like, wonder if they're going to the show, because that's just not. It is what it is. It's just not usually the demographic. For
down
East
here in
Austin,
Austin, especially
or
any
in
of the shows around here
in
that I've
Austin
been at.
in general.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, maybe they're going to the show. And then we got close, and I started to smell weed in the air, and I could hear "No Flockin'" by Kodak Black on, and I was like, they
Classic.
have other places to be.
God, I love
That's where they're going.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous
That's
song
such
to
a
have
good
come
song,
on in the
dude.
club.
Dude, living in Florida when that song dropped.
I feel like Austin's kind of soft though.
Austin is soft.
Yeah, so, like the homeless people are the chaos around. At least
And it's
the
really-
parts. Maybe somebody from Austin would be like, "Shut the fuck up," hearing that. But like compared to other cities I've been in, Austin feels kind of
I
soft.
think that there are some areas southwest where there are like some Mexican gangs and stuff like that. I forgot who was telling me that, but like for the most part, the greater city of Austin is not. It's soft. It is pretty soft.
And I think it's gotten like switched up in different ways. Like black people out of other areas into other areas, but like now with more money and shit. That's what I had an Uber driver when I was first looking to move down here. Mexican boy just giving me the whole rundown of he was telling me he hates everybody that's moving here is what he started with. But he's like, well, if you're coming here too, here's the history, and just started like he picked me up from like a certain area, and he's like, it was like when I was growing up, there's no way I'd have been picking you up from there. Like he was like, they wouldn't have let you there, which was like, oh, this
really?
is
You
like,
go,
that's
yeah.
I was like, all right, that's the stuff I want to hear in Texas.
He's like, and I hate all this new stuff going on. It's like, wait a second.
Back when times were good,
I
he
hate
wouldn't
that you
have
can
been allowed.
freely
to.
walk around now.
Well, he was Mexican. He probably couldn't have been there either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even that context.
If you want to know something about a city, take a 5-minute Uber ride and ask. Somebody will tell. If you get the right Uber driver, they will tell you everything you need to know. Most of it might not even be true, but they think they have their finger on the pulse.
They don't shut the fuck up out here.
Dude.
Every Uber driver talks the whole ride. It doesn't matter.
You're a no talk Uber guy.
I would prefer no talk.
I'm the same way.
And I think most people are no talk unless
Most
you get in
people
and want
are.
to talk. Like I
No.
But every Uber, I've only had 2 Uber drivers not really talk, and both were deaf. It was also weird to have my first deaf drivers down here.
And then 2 of them too.
And 2 of them
been here long.
Can they drive?
Well, the first one was in like September.
Yeah, deaf people can drive.
I didn't know. Honestly, though, I was in my head like, should you be able to drive a fucking Uber though?
That's what I was saying.
I knew you could. I knew they could drive themselves, but I was like, I don't know.
But isn't it a hazard? Like, what about like hearing the
hearing
sirens
the horns and
Yeah.
sirens?
Well, that's why they have those big bright lights.
I get your point, man, but no, I'm with Josh.
Yeah.
This is a safety hazard.
Yeah.
How they gonna hear the road
Also, you
rage?
know what?
Okay, but
be in a
wait.
fucking
But
car.
what's the difference between somebody who can't hear and
Somebody playing music. Loud?
somebody playing really loud music. There's nothing other than the fact that one
can go
person
like
can
this.
hear.
One person can hear is a bit. You can always turn down
Yeah, you can
the
turn
music. You can't turn up life. Like, you can't. You're just
I
fucked.
guess that's a good. I mean, not really a great point, but that point I can't
And,
argue.
dude, I saw
And
it.
as someone who's driven Lyft, you do not have health insurance. You're not getting a hearing aid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good
You're
Yeah.
not getting that.
There was I saw the last accident I saw was in San Diego. I watched a car flip upside down. It was going over a hill really fast and it was raining. And
Yeah.
it flipped upside down. And
Deserved it.
And it's on this hill and it landed in front of these apartment complexes and they were listening to Creed really loud, which was like super funny.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
told me
Because
this.
upside down they were hanging and just like, can you take? It was playing. And then
Dude,
the
to
lady,
hit that chorus midair has to
has to
roll.
be top 5 moments that you can have as a human.
Life goes in slow motion.
But dude, this lady comes running out because it was right in front of apartment complexes, and this lady comes running out, and she's like, "I gotta rescue him," and I'm like, "He's fine, like he's totally fine. He was just upside down." I'm like, "Just
Yeah.
wait for the." I called 911, just wait for it, and she was like, "No, he needs to get pulled out," and she ran into her house and came out with a fire extinguisher and was trying to bash the window in, and he was like upside down, just looking at her like, "Don't break my fucking window," and then she crashed the thing through and hit him in the face with the fire extinguisher, and then he was like fucked up and he got like a concussion from the fire extinguisher. The cops came there and he literally just sat. He didn't even get out after she hit him in the face with the fire extinguisher. He sat hanging afterwards. And then the ambulance came and they were like, well, he's fine from the accident, but he got a fucking bloody nose and a fucking
I like that
concussion
lady.
from-
I think she felt how whenever I see people driving like stupid in bad weather, I get angry. Like, I get for
She
real.
just-
She was like, I'm gonna fuck him up. It makes me for real mad.
That's
Like,
her
I
motive.
would-
That's what it was.
Yeah, like I see people driving fucked up because I'm kind of like a bitch ass driver. Some people might hear like, ah, pussy, but I drive safe. I just want to get where I'm going and shit. And when I see people doing like fucked up shit on the road, I pray. Like, I haven't had it happen once. I like want to see them get into a bad accident that doesn't hurt anybody but themselves. Like, I just
Yeah.
like that lady might have lived my dream. Like, just going up a hill near her apartment. She might have kids. Just fucking. You flip over, could have
You
killed
just-
him.
That's your moment.
Bashes
I
him
want
in
to
the fucking
kill this
face.
guy.
Dude, I also had earlier this week we were driving and some guy was riding my ass and I was in the left lane, so I was like waiting to get over. I got over and the guy was like riding my ass. I was still going like 85. I was like speeding, and so I was like, "Fuck, this guy's like being a dickhead." I got over, and the second that he flew by me, a cop pulled him over, which was the most rewarding
Yeah, that's
thing.
gratifying.
I was
That's
like,
real
"You
gratifying."
fucking piece of
Yeah,
shit, dude."
That's
Yeah.
a great feeling.
I've
Yeah.
never had that. That was. I
I'm
could've
genuinely
came right
envious
then,
of that
dude.
feeling.
Yeah.
I have to feel like
We
nut.
hydroplaned last week in your car.
We did.
That was scary.
Yeah, it was.
Like how bad?
Oh, dude, really bad.
It was pretty scary. The car in front of him hit their brakes, and Josh braked, and his car wasn't stopping. Very manly move, by the way, to just like know what to do and just turn off the road.
Yeah.
Which if a lady was
Ease off
driving
that
that car,
gas.
you're slamming into
you
that
ease
car.
off.
Yeah, I went. whoop, whoop. I actually kind of nailed it. I
No,
actually
you-
did. I wish I would have had a dash cam. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was sick.
I was like,
That
this
was-
guy's driven tanks before.
That was top 5 moments of my. I was
Dude,
like,
I did a full 360 hydroplane while on the phone with another comic, and I had super ball tires, and I just hit a slick
Fitting.
and hit the brakes really bad. Fuck you.
I thought it, and I didn't say it.
It took me a second to hear what you said.
I'm out of here. But I did a full 360, and my car ended up like going in the right direction next to the guard lane. But I'm on like my car's Bluetooth, and I'm just talking to a comic on the way to a show, and I'm just like, yeah, I've been like working on this thing, and then I'm like, ah! And then like it was Franco, and he was just, and then like nobody said anything for like 5 seconds, and Franco was just like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, dude, I just did a full 360 on 95, and he just goes, all right, well, I mean, I'll see you at the show. Are you still coming? And I was like, yeah, I'm still coming.
He's like, by the way, I have this new idea for a show, Milk Money.
Yeah.
What if we make it make no fucking sense? That
Dude,
comic.
that's so funny, bro.
That is
It's so
Did you
funny to
hated
be
that
on
comic?
the phone and just
No.
be
What's
like,
up?
I thought you said you hated that comic.
Oh
No,
no,
we
I
love Franco.
enjoy it, but he has like horrible ideas for shows.
I got
He
you.
tried to be like,
Jesus Christ.
it's a bad idea. He tried to. He was talking about trying to like figure out a gimmick to get people into a show,
Yeah.
and then he was like, we should figure out something something with the tickets. And I was like, what if, and then I jokingly was like, we could just charge the price of milk. Like I was being sarcastic. And then there's a pause and he was like, milk money. And then I was like, oh no, do not do that. And then
$2
he did
tickets.
Yeah, bro,
the tickets were
I was the one
$2.89.
Yeah, the tickets were like $2.79.
Now how did
It's
it
like
pack
bring
out?
exact change, motherfucker.
It sold okay, but we made no fucking money.
Yeah, he sold 100 tickets. We split $20
Yeah,
each.
we had a decent.
It's a good gig.
We had a decent turnout, but the tickets were $2.79.
It was so funny.
You ever got an
dude.
80-20 split of a $2 ticket? It's not good.
Just at the front office breaking open quarters, handing out like exact change.
It was also at like 4 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
then
the worst
he turned
part.
it into a 420 show, which is a good idea.
Sure, but it was just
it's like,
very
come to the
funny
show
to
hot.
have.
Potheads are such fucking losers sometimes.
Do you smoke a lot?
Yeah, but I get it.
There's a difference though.
Yeah.
There's a difference though between being a guy who's like, oh, it's 420, I'm gonna wear my weed shirt today, and being a guy who's like, I smoke weed. I'm an adult who likes to be high.
Yeah,
It's a very
yeah.
different thing.
The most blowback I've ever gotten for anything I've ever posted was
yeah.
making fun of 420.
yeah, that was
That got a
funny.
lot of people upset.
It definitely will, because I mean, I get it. I definitely used to like 420 when I was younger.
Of
You
course,
know what I mean?
dude.
It's like-
I loved 420 when I was
Yeah.
younger. When I was basically a child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
From the ages of 14 to 19, 420 was so cool.
yeah. But now it's like I got shit to do on 420. Especially as a
still have
comic,
a
it's
schedule.
like, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like I'll just smoke how I smoke,
And yeah, you're an adult who lives alone, so you can just smoke whenever you want.
Right.
You don't need a holiday.
You're an adult with an income and a job, and you go, I don't need an excuse to smoke as much as I can smoke however much I want any day.
Yeah, I can just a day off is my
On October
420.
3rd, I can smoke as much as I want.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter that it's April 20th.
Yeah, I just look for a day, a good Monday. A good Monday or Sunday, there's not a lot of gigs. That's my 420 every fucking week. Just a beer.
Mondays are a good day for me. I don't smoke, but I'll be like, I'm gonna go get food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get food,
Like
not at
some
1
shitty
a.m.
food. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. That's fun.
that's my thing now. Food, and I like to come.
That's up. Coming's
coming.
nice.
Coming's neat,
Coming's so nice.
It's really good.
I mean, is there anything better?
No,
No.
heroin.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
I was
gotta
coming
be.
on.
I don't like that you guys all went. Like,
I
it
was
a little
coming on
sad.
heroin.
It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you used to do heroin?
Yeah, I used to do heroin.
I know you were like sober, but I thought it was like alcohol sober.
No.
Oh.
I mean, I don't drink or smoke weed or anything
Yeah.
now, but it's because I used to be on heroin.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And
I've heard a rumor that if
That's
you-
where the tats come from.
Yeah, I got these a couple years ago, but
he's just addicted to needles.
It explains why I got one little one and now I have like 50 tattoos.
Yeah.
I've heard that this is a rumor that I heard when I was in high school about like Molly, and it was like, don't have sex when you're on Molly because you'll never be able to come as good again.
Yeah, I
Well,
used to hear
Molly
that
was
same
It was like
shit.
it'll ruin coming forever.
Molly fucking rocks the first time.
Yeah.
And like the second or third or fourth. But then it's but yeah, you feel great.
But
Yeah.
then when you come
Yeah.
on
it feels-
Molly,
feels
it's like
pretty
supposed
great.
to be.
But coming
That's
yeah,
why I
mean,
wasn't having
coming's always
sex
so
in high
good.
school.
When
Yeah,
you were
that's
little.
what he was like, well,
I don't want to ruin sex forever for me.
I'll wait.
Let me fix the rubber bands in my braces quick. Before I lick your fucking.
Did you have the ones on the sides?
Yeah, I
that
had.
cut your-
I had the Mason City Mohawk colors. It was red and black alternative, and then I had a black band on my right and then a red one on my left.
I never had
Get
braces.
it out for the 1-9 football
That's-
team,
Goes hard,
baby.
goes hard.
I was jealous of kids who had braces
Why?
That's crazy.
because you got attention for a day. The day that you got them on and the day that you got them off was like a big attention day.
Damn, dude, you're
And I was-
lonely as fuck. That's the craziest. Like to be like
That is crazy
To be like
sad.
they got 2 days of attention and that made me jealous.
But you were
It's
like the talk
and
of
like-
the town for those 2 days.
No way.
Yeah, at school, if like a kid showed up at school and he didn't have braces on Tuesday, and then he showed up on Wednesday with braces, that's all anybody talked about that day. And then when he got them off, like a couple of years later, everyone was like, Did you see Derek got his braces
Dude,
off?"
I
What
went.
school did you go to? Dork Academy?
Oh!
yeah, fucking dork.
Yeah,
I went to the King's Academy Christian School in
Yeah,
South
that's
Florida.
it.
I came to.
That's funny.
Af-
It's be like
Where
the
we
most
used to
popular
recruit-
day is when you get your braces on and when you learn how to play the flute.
Yeah, it's a wild fucking.
If you make first chair in the band,
Did you hear that Frederick made first chair and got braces? Oh,
I'm not alone on this, dude.
the hand
day-
jobs he must be getting.
The day that you get your braces off, everybody talks about it. Everybody knows.
I got
don't
my
know.
braces off, and so I got my braces off in the summer, and I also took Accutane in the summer, and I stopped wearing my glasses.
Damn, you
and
were
I
a
started
redhead
getting
kid with acne and
Dude,
braces?
It was brutal, and I had an
God
I had a
damn.
Jufro. So then I showed up to my first day of senior year, like everyone was like, "Who the fuck?" Because I had the last time they saw me, acne, braces, Jufro, glasses, and then I had like the fade, no braces. I had fucking started working out. It was like a different person.
Started
Not
getting
that I was
pussy?
getting I wasn't getting pussy still, but it
It is
wasn't like
funny.
it wasn't like
I was rooting
it wasn't
for
the
you.
swan thing that happened, but it was such a different change.
It is funny though. Josh will tell stories, and like because I know you now, I just imagine you now. You'll tell a story about like, yeah, we were like smoking weed. And I made out with this girl. Like you're talking about being like 16.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we were smoking weed, and then I made out with this chick, blah blah blah, or whatever. And then I'll remember that it was this guy, and I'll be like, oh, that story drastically changes when you realize that that's what he looked like.
Crazy, right?
Yo, I hate you.
Right?
Oh my god.
I survived by being the kid who would always have weed and have.
But that's
And I was
funny. It's
funny.
funny
Yeah.
to be that kid
Yeah.
and be like,
Yeah.
I got
I
the
was-
dank, guys.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
the guy that was in the movie. I was like the McLovin of the movies. You know? I was like the kid who was like
Okay,
hanging
okay.
around, being fun, but like also
They hated McLovin.
that wasn't a
In the
club.
movie.
I'll take that back. I was.
They all
You
hated
drove
each
the
other
hill?
in that movie.
I don't know who I was. I was the kid who had. I just had weed.
You know who
You
you were?
weren't like McLovin.
You were yourself, and that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
beautiful
I still
thing.
wasn't then. I thought it was sick to do like whatever.
I thought I was Lil Wayne.
You remember?
You kind of still think you're Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but-
Yeah, a little bit.
a little bit.
You should see when he does
A
crowd
little
work.
bit.
He turns into what I would imagine like it was probably your biggest pet peeve. Is
Black
just
Jeff.
Black Jeff.
I feel
He
like I've
starts
seen the
calling-
clips. I feel like I've seen some of your
Black Jeff
crowd work
does
clips.
crowd work.
I do black scent.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "What's up, sweetheart? What you doing later?" And it's
No,
like,
that's
what?
fun. That's fun. I
I
like
have a good
it.
time.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
like
Yeah.
chocolate.
I didn't even know I like chocolate like that. Did you? I've heard him say it a lot.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of this. That's
And
a-
I think why I think it's funny is it's like I don't do material that way. So it's like a big
Yeah.
juxtaposition to
Yeah.
like do material in this voice, and then as soon as somebody talks, I'm like, "What you trying to say, girl?"
Boy, you play too much.
Boy, you play too
You
much.
got all
play
dressed
too
up.
much.
Boy, you always be playing.
You do
You-
it pretty well though.
Yeah.
You do the like. It's not just black scent. It's black. It's
It's
overweight
black
black,
lady.
woman accent.
Yeah,
it's definitely
yeah,
black
yeah.
lady.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's black
Do you
lady.
fuck with black ladies? Like,
Nah. I've always wanted to, but I never really have.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a way of saying.
Yeah,
You gotta be a certain type of white guy. I feel like to get past the guard gates there.
I feel like that's the thing y'all think, but I think we think the same thing about white women. But I don't think that's actually accurate.
Do you date white women?
My girl right now is white, but she's the only white girl I've ever dated.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
brother.
Are you the first black dude she ever
Uh,
dated?
I never asked.
Okay.
Interesting, because we always.
I don't want to.
ask
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't.
You have the
I-
same hang up, sweet.
I was
dude.
about to. I don't want to write over. I don't want to
How
talk
funny
about
would it be to be like, am I your first black dude? And she's like,
Yeah.
no. And you're like, what the fuck?
you,
Yeah.
bitch. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you-
Honestly, I'd be like, nice. You're. I don't know. It wouldn't
Yeah.
bother me.
You're for the
I
culture.
wouldn't think about it at all. But I don't think that if I was messing with or, if my girl was black and she told me she dated a white dude, that wouldn't cross my mind either. It is an interesting thing that y'all all ask. And I've learned very recently y'all all ask.
I personally actually don't care.
but you
it
will
is-
ask.
But it's nah, not really.
Okay.
I was seeing a
But-
girl that was black and when I lived in California. and
Blasian,
She was
right?
Blasian, yeah. And
Black
her
and Asian.
ex-boyfriend was a black dude who did not like the fact that she was seeing a white guy
Nice.
and was
Yeah.
calling me her master and shit very publicly.
Whoa.
It
That's
was,
what he was saying.
yeah, it was very crazy.
But who was that to her?
It was her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, he was just.
Yeah, he was just being a petty
Yeah,
ex-boyfriend, but it was just
yeah.
making me feel
That's-
so uncomfortable.
yeah,
to have
yeah.
wake up at comments on comments on my
yeah.
Instagram having oh, this what the master looks like. I was like, oh fuck, I
Dude,
don't
Y'all
know.
just
what to do.
commenting on your gram?
Yeah, this is
You
like
should've
2000 and
commented, man, like, she prefers
15.
not
Oh, okay. So you were young.
I was young. Yeah, I was probably like 20, and I was like
for
so
a black
scared.
girl to go from dating a black dude to dating a
You.
pale redhead white guy, that's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
a-
white girl breaking up with her white boyfriend and being like, "Meet my new boyfriend, 50 Cent."
Yeah.
Literally,
She went all the way.
Polar opposite. Yeah.
It's like literally the exact opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was
it's-
like
Yeah.
from Long Beach and was very much like that type of like I'm
It
from
was
this.
Vince Staples.
Yeah, it was Vince Staples. Very much like I'm from those streets. Like, don't fuck with me. He messaged me a lot about that. He reminded me where he was from a lot. Is what I'll say.
Is that why you
Like,
joined the
yeah.
military? He was like, I gotta be ready.
I was in the military at this time. I was
he
like,
had
I
no
was like-
fear.
I was,
Damn.
no, I was like,
Damn.
please, thank yeah.
He
Like,
had
thank
no
God
respect for the
these
stars
gates.
and bars.
Hey, brother,
Yeah.
you never heard of the Mason City Mohawks?
Yeah, buddy,
You,
you
wanna
might
fuck with this guy?
you might want to fuck around with this.
That's so
It
funny.
was yeah, that was fun.
It is also funny to be like, I'll shoot you.
Well, you can't come. Yeah, yeah.
It's always funny when people are like, I'll fuck you up. It's like, I own guns.
Yeah, I own
I mean,
guns.
I don't.
and
But I don't end up in squabbles like that. But that is a like now you have to start working on that.
Yeah, you have to be like,
just
who the
have to
fuck
be
do you think
like,
you're talking?
it's funny, but I will like.
I will
I will
actually
shoot you.
shoot you.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're living by yourself, you should have a gun.
Yeah, I want to live with me and my girl, but
Well,
And you
should
live on like
should
a
have
third story,
yeah,
don't you?
Yeah,
It's
third
unlikely
floor.
you'll need it, but it's good you have it.
It's good to
It's better to have it, not need
What
it.
if she starts misbehaving?
Really want, bro? You think I won't blow her off?
You think this coffee? It's like, babe, why is this fucking coffee table so fucking dirty? I thought I told you to put.
She's gonna
I
be.
thought I told you
Yeah.
to clean the
She's gonna be
table.
so irritated when my rifle gets there. I am just gonna be sitting on the couch, just fucking looking in the chair,
Not
dry
even doing
firing it.
anything.
It's
Just
just
right down the barrel.
yeah, but it's just empty. I swear to God, if you don't cook dinner,
Yeah, dude. That's
She's like, I thought black guys were gonna be different.
been with you too long.
I do have like fantasies, which is a weird way to put it, I guess. But like, what would happen if I think about it? Just like somebody, I fucking come downstairs. I'm like, drop it.
Yeah.
Drop the TV.
Well, I don't think if that happens, I don't
That's
think you
the
go
toughest
drop
TV
it.
to steal,
No.
dude.
I
That
go-
thing's so-
You go
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang.
if somebody's in here, I don't think I would shoot right
I
away.
actually get scared the other night.
I fucking iPhone it. I
I did-
iPhone light and go.
I didn't have my key,
Yeah.
and so I had to open the garage, and then luckily the
That door
laundry
was-
door allegedly was unlocked in case anybody's trying to rob our home. You will get shot.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah.
like actually.
Don't have a
kind of-
Marine that lives here.
I was like
And a
trying to be
Navy
really
SEAL. A
quiet.
A Navy SEAL. That's what I meant.
Yeah, the Navy SEAL.
Yeah, the
Like
Navy
Marine,
SEal.
Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Ex heroin addict.
You know, you
I'll
got
bite you.
feisty.
I'll bite you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk shit. I'll bite you.
Well, I've talked about it. It's funny because she'll say like, like she'll be like being cute with me. She'll be like laying in bed. She'll be like, I feel so safe with you, and I'm like, I feel safe with Jack right there. Like I have a Navy SEAL. Like
But I was like basically sneaking into my own house because the garage door is really loud. I didn't want to wake people up.
Mhm.
But then I was worried, like, what if one of them hears somebody coming in through like not the front door,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
goes like, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill this guy.
that's like the
I
thought
just get
process
shot
immediately.
through the laundry door. I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck, you're kidding me. dude.
That's one of the boys shot you.
Yeah.
I think about like the same thing, like the fantasy of somebody coming, especially now that I got like a rifle coming, and I would love to shoot somebody for coming into my place, but I also feel like it'll ruin your career in comedy. Not for any reason other than it's just not something mentally is less funny about a person if you know they killed a guy.
Yeah.
Like I just think it's like you'll be at it, like you're doing your headline of the show, you're halfway through your set, and then someone will just be like, "Oh yeah, he killed a guy." And just start
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about it instead of thinking about the shit I'm saying.
Like, damn,
Maybe
it
the
is-
crowd wouldn't be into that, but as long as the person you didn't shoot was like trans, the industry would still
The industry-
love you.
Maybe.
No, I think the opposite. Yeah,
I think
the
it
opposite.
kind of takes away from because like we're supposed to be fucking silly and
Silly
fun
goofballs,
and,
yeah.
and the good time, and it's like, oh no, he's actually
If
taking
there's
a life.
any type of like hold up, like any type
Just
of
shoot
like
them
maybe
really slapsticky.
you shoot him behind your back.
You shoot him with a gun first, where a flag comes
Yeah,
out and
yeah.
it goes bang, and then you go, just kidding, but seriously, boom, 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 and then you go with a real
you
gun.
gotta do it as a bit.
You come down the stairs and you fumble the gun. You're like, "Ugh," and then you shoot.
You should make him dance for a second. Bang, bang, bang. Boom.
And then
You
you
remember
look,
that
with the classic Yosemite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you look into your
Stick 'em
ring
up.
camera and you go, "Oh no, I killed the DoorDash guy."
Yeah, and then
I've had that same thought though of like I knew a comic. This is just sad more than anything, but I knew a comic who killed somebody in a DUI, and I was like, and then he went to prison and whatever. He's doing like however long, but it's like you can't come back and
Yeah.
you can't workshop. So, anyways, I used to drive drunk. And it's like,
Yeah.
and turns out the state of Iowa doesn't care for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's you can't really bounce back from it. I also do think it would fuck you up either way.
But killing a guy?
Yeah. Even if it's somebody who broke into your home.
I don't think it'll fuck me up.
You don't?
I don't think. I mean, I'm saying that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I want to put it at you. Like you fucking know.
I don't think I'd handle it.
I don't think
you
I'd
would?
be able to handle it.
I think I would. I have anxiety as is. I think I would think about it way too much.
Yeah.
I think I would be proud of myself, not in like a shitty way, that I didn't like buckle. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
stood up for yourself.
Not stood up
Yeah.
for myself, like, cause I mean, I've been in like fights and shit, but I've never been in shootouts or nothing dumb like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, if somebody's coming into your house and they got guns and you manage to like not lose that situation and be the one who died, and cause you got to stay like
Many
focused
men.
and locked in.
Many,
I think I'd be like,
men.
fuck yeah, pull,
Well,
I
we- I
fucking
mean, we've
pull,
talked-
got that pussy.
We've talked about how like.
Well, white guys have more anxiety, I think, in general.
Yeah, that's probably
Because you
true.
could just be like, I stood on business.
That's exactly what I would think to
Yeah.
myself. Still on
I
business.
stood on business.
I do think when I was
10 toes
when,
down.
when I was younger, I was into like way dumber shit. And I think this is a thing if you're like grow up a certain way. I did think for a while. I was like, y'all definitely shoot somebody. Like when I was younger, I got like a lot sillier by like
like a
16,
life
17.
milestone.
Where'd you
I'll
grow?
get
Where'd you
there.
grow up?
I grew up in a city called. I'm from Philly, but I grew up in like a city like an hour outside of Philly. It's called Reading. It's technically a city, but like I wouldn't consider it a city anymore from
Yeah,
being
yeah,
in real
yeah.
cities.
Right.
But it was like the thing that people used to be hype for when I was a kid is it had at a certain point when I was like in high school, we hit the highest murder rate, but it was per capita. So it was like, it wasn't a ton of people
Right.
that died,
There's
but
like
it was
4.
like everyone knew everybody who died because it was like enough that,
Right.
yeah. But it was like a thing we were like, it's rough out here. We hit the highest murder rate. And I thought it was just the highest murder rate, period, because that's how everybody worded it. And then got older, looked it up. And was
You
like,
realize it's a number.
Yeah,
thing.
we
it
had that
was
with
like
the meth
30
capita
people.
per world in Mason
Really?
City. Yeah, I was like, we're fucking about. Like I thought that I grew up in a crazy area, and I was like, no, there were just like 15 dudes who got arrested with meth, and then we were
Yeah.
population 10,000,
Yeah.
and then everyone's like, you
Yeah.
guys have. We've talked about on the podcast how like being shot and living is like probably the coolest flex that you can have as a grown man.
yeah, as long as it doesn't fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If right now somebody like in some weird reality was like, I'm gonna shoot you, you'll feel every bit of it. You'll have the scar. It won't affect your mobility or your
Yeah.
longevity or anything like that. I'd be like, fucking
Shoot
do
me.
it.
Shoot me.
Just to be able to like, dude, to be able to take my shirt off in front of a girl and her be like, oh, what's that? And you're just like,
bullet wound.
yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's actually, if you feel right here, there's still, you can feel the bullet, right? You feel,
They
didn't
you know
pull-
what
they
I'm
didn't
saying?
pull it out.
They didn't get all of it
Yeah.
out. You know
Yeah,
what
she's
I mean?
just getting wet.
It hurts
for
when
no,
it
she doesn't even know
rains.
why.
It hurts when it rains. It's so funny.
It hurt when it
yeah.
rains.
It's like you're like laying in bed. It's gonna rain today.
Bro,
You just checked the weather. You woke up and was like,
I knew it.
it's
It's
gonna rain today.
That 9 milli ringing, boy.
We got about we got
Don't
about
worry about
4 to
that,
5
babe.
inches, I'm
That's
sure,
just
coming
slash
in.
shit. That's
Well, like,
slime shit. Y'all know about
I know
that.
that I've never actually heard the full story, but I've listened to like Giannis Papas talk about it on podcasts about him getting shot, and I'm always like, that's so cool to get shot after a comedy show in the sense of like that's like a cool flex to be like, you know, somebody didn't like I'm still standing after my jokes pissed somebody off enough to fucking you know
I've
what
never
I mean?
heard that. I never heard he got
I've
shot. That's
never
what
heard this story.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna do this. I don't know the story, but I know that I've heard him. I used to listen to History Hyenas all the
But
time.
basically, he got shot after
After a
set
show.
because someone was so
because somebody
mad
was mad
at
at.
how
I think
he-
that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the inside.
What's the
inside.
bit?
I don't know any. I just know that he's you can listen to him.
You've
bring it
never
up.
heard Giannis's famous N-word bit?
It's
very much like-
the one that got him shot.
Yeah. The one. This
That
is
would
the
make
brave
sense.
bit that got him shot.
I was picturing like crowd work.
You ever
Just
think
like,
about
where do you work? Like, oh, you're a plumber. This guy loves poop. Everybody. That's like,
That's what brings somebody over.
You think I like poop? You're gonna feel. How about this pipe here, huh? That's so.
That's such a
crazy.
funny. That's like the thing that's.
I'm gonna have to look that up after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I need
That's
to
an
know
interesting
that
story.
Yeah, I think I would get shot. If
Do you
I-
ever think about that shit while y'all doing crowd work? I never do, but I think about it after if I'm being mean. It's like, oh, that was
Yes.
really mean.
I do.
I'm
I don't
always
think
just
about it on
cute towards
stage,
black
though.
ladies.
I try not to. I try not to get too mean,
Mhm.
but like sometimes you do. Sometimes I see comics and it's like they really truly are just sacrificing one person for the sake of
Yeah.
the show. But so if it's working, it's like all right.
Yeah.
I try not to be too mean, but I have gotten to certain points where I have to be like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just fucking around. I'm just like a silly goose. You know what I mean? Because I am actually afraid of that. Like, especially shows where it's not like there's a green room to go sit in after.
Yeah,
where, like,
you're just
you
in the back
have
of
to
the
be
bar.
out there, and some guy can walk up, and you have to be like, good sport. And he's like, you think it's fucking funny? Like, you know what I mean? I do not want that.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't
not
had
ready
it.
for that.
My wife struggles with her weight, and I don't appreciate it.
It's a medical condition. She's got a thyroid issue.
You pop out 3 kids and try to keep the same figure, pal.
Yeah. I try not to call him.
That's why you got to get the gun.
Yeah, got it.
We're in Texas. I feel like you can shoot a guy coming up to you like that now.
Yeah, stand your ground, dude.
Yeah, I hate what you did. Done.
Die.
Blowing hecklers out the fucking off the
You
earth.
get a reputation for being a really, really mean crowd work comic who will then, in self-defense, murder the crowd member after.
Yes,
it's like, dude,
legend.
he's done it like 3 times.
I
You
think it
don't
would be
wanna
funny to
book
just
him,
flash
but-
it in your waistband at a heckler.
Yeah.
It's
You know
on
what I mean?
stage.
Have you seen that?
Kill
There's
You're
a,
like, hey man, I need to get through this joke.
there's a very famous. I don't know how famous it is. There's a photo that I've seen multiple times of. You ever seen the show Black Jesus?
Yeah,
The guy who
love Black Jesus.
The guy who plays
Slick.
the. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him in the OR at the comedy room with a gun pointed at the crowd. Yeah, I gotta find it.
Legend.
It's
That's
so
awesome.
sick.
Very slick.
It's so sick.
Yeah, that used to be one of like my favorite people to follow on Instagram. Just when I was like younger, I don't. Yeah, he seems like the man.
Yeah.
I really thought a yee ass haircut would catch on because of him, but it never really did.
No, I get it. It's like some shit. I forget what. Where did that was that from?
That's GTA 5.
Oh yeah. When you first see him at the thing. Yeah.
I thought that was
Front-
such a
Throwback-
classic line, but I thought
Throwback
that would really catch
Thursday.
on and never did.
It probably
It's-
did. I can't. I mean, it's been
Throwback
so long.
Thursday, 2014. That one time I upped the blammer on the entire audience in the Comedy Store and got banned from the building. And it's just this. That's so sick.
That's so yeah.
That's awesome.
It wasn't. You got like
It says
some,
connect to
Oh
Mac.
fuck.
Did you just accidentally call Slink?
I really like the up the blammer. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that picture goes hard.
That's
It's so funny to be like,
hard,
that
bro.
photo is so cool. And he's like pointing a gun at
Yeah,
an
yeah.
audience.
I
That's
mean, 'cause
crazy.
we've all wanted to do it.
That's
There's
crazy.
definitely been times where like I'll kill all
I
of
used,
you.
I used to have a bit about it that
What
would
are the
bomb.
chances that was a bachelorette party? Too?
Yeah.
It's got to be 90%.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than just like, we're here for my girl's birthday. It's like, I would never want to pull a gun on a dude that's like just being a dickhead.
Yeah.
The people I want to pull a gun out is like the table of 6 white women who are like, say something about her birthday. And you're like, I have cum jokes I need to work on.
I
your
used to have a
birthday.
bit about
There's a
that I
video
did
of
some
it, too.
not similar, but it never worked. It bombed so hard, but it was talking about how people suck at mass shootings. Like they're only shooting 3 people. It's like you're in a Walmart, whatever. And I would go, watch this, and I would turn around, and then I'd turn back around, and I'd go, bang, 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 and I go, that's like 8. I'm not even warmed up.
Yeah.
Would bomb so hard, and just doing that, I realized this is crazy.
I think more than anything it was the fucking turn.
You think
I don't
the
think
turn?
the crowd likes knowing, oh, this guy thinks he
Could
could
kill
kill
us.
all of us.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
But it's like he's
Also,
actually
especially if
doing
they
it.
watch the rest of your set, they go, okay.
Yeah.
You go, so I have mental illness.
Yeah, I have OCD.
You go, and
by
I
the
would be
way.
a great mass shooter.
I don't-
Yeah.
They're like, okay.
I had a fixation for a while because I have a crowd work clip of me like fucking with a dude and like his girl being like, he loves anime. And I'd be like, that's not like, it was after like the school shooter bit. And I was just like, that's not good. Like they don't have metal detectors at comedy clubs. And then like every once in a while I do think of like, that is the perfect spot.
Yeah.
I think about it every once in a while when I'm in a really large crowd. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I've
yeah,
never
yeah,
been
no,
to a
for
club
sure.
that has metal
Damn.
detectors.
No, they don't. They don't. Dude, they don't do pat downs. They do almost nothing
No.
Yeah.
at any comedy club.
In Austin, I feel like I've noticed a couple places do though. Like, well, 2 I could think of. Obviously, the Mothership, and I think Sunset does it too when you go upstairs.
Yeah, they have a metal detector.
Yeah.
They also had somebody get shot to death outside of their club, like not that long ago.
That'll get ya.
It wasn't because I think they
whoa.
had the metal detector beforehand. Metal detector is literally just have a wand and go like this, and if somebody has a gun, go what?
Yeah.
Hey,
What are you fucking doing?
Not here.
And then he's just like, well, I guess I start with you.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. That is kind of a crazy thought. To
Yeah.
be
Do
like,
you
if
leave it
you're
at the
one-
ticket counter?
Yeah,
Like,
like
I'll
if you're
get
the
this
one who
after the
catches
show.
the gun
Yeah.
and he was gonna mass shoot, it's just like, Well, I was planning on waiting until later, but
Yeah.
and then,
It would be funny to have like a clown situation where he just keeps pulling, like, and then he's like, give it to over, then he's like, boom, 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 and he just keeps pulling like bazookas out. Like, I've thought about doing it too. It's like, when are we gonna get a bazooka mass shooting? Like you're just at a mall, and all of a sudden you just like.
I have seen
Best mass
rappers
shooting.
with RPGs. Like there's pictures of like rappers who are like,
Dude,
like,
you
where
can
the
get an
fuck did you
RPG
get
for
that?
like $600.
What?
No, you can't.
Yeah, the rocket, those things.
You
so
mean the rocket itself?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like the whole thing, the mechanism. So like the rockets, the expensive part, the thing that holds it's just like a fucking pin that ignites. Like it's like a if you see,
know my next gun is.
Yeah.
Going full
There's a
RPG.
thing
You can
called
get them
an-
legally in Texas, I think.
yeah, you can get like anything legal in
Bro,
Texas, bro. Other than
can't wait to
alcohol,
have
on
an
other than
RPG.
alcohol on Sundays
Or
And
after
weed.
9.
Wait, they
after-
don't. I haven't noticed that the whole time I've been down here. Liquor stores are closed on
Well,
Sundays.
they-
and
I-
after 9.
I don't remember exactly what the thing is,
You
but
can't,
yeah.
you can't get hard alcohol on
can't-
Sundays
You
or
can't buy
after
beer
9.
after 2 a.m., which I think is fairly normal. I don't know. Because like in Florida, like I don't drink, but in Florida, like there were times after shows where we'd go to like a liquor store for them at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
but liquor stores close at 9. You can't buy hard liquor on Sundays.
You can still like buy beer at the gas stations and shit.
I don't think they sell.
so.
Well, they may sell beer at. They maybe
Yeah.
sell beer, but they
They
don't
do.
sell like. You can't go to like Walmart and get a bottle like you could in like. I know that in like Florida, I used to do that. That's where I would go. There's a Walmart by my house, but you can't. They don't have anything. We used to steal. Do you guys fucking steal alcohol when you're in high school? Like that's how we used to get alcohols. We'd like send a guy into like the local grocery store, and
There
then he
were-
would just full on spray.
There
You
was
are
some-
McLovin.
For real, there was a kid that in my like group of friends who like their thing is like because there was a gas station by us called Chamois, and you could go through the drive-through. And it was these sketchy fucking Asian dudes who would just sell their expired beer, like 30 packs for like $30
Yeah.
of like expired Keystone. But it was like surefire way to get like tobacco and expired Keystone.
Everybody
That's
had
nice.
that.
And,
store.
but my friends, like, there was a group of them that like got on this tip where they were like, dude, you can just walk into Walmart, fill a cart up with 30 packs and walk out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, a couple times maybe. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to buy it. And then they did it and eventually they got arrested.
I had so many friends that would do that exact thing. They would just get a cart full of beer and they would just walk out and it would work. I mean, I'm not kidding. That's how we got alcohol. Like every weekend it would be like, all right, well, it's Dylan's turn to go steal a bottle.
Yeah.
And you would take turns doing it. We used to we did it so much that they put security in the
Damn,
Walmart.
Matt, look like you're having fun.
I'm just got to yawn, dude. I just woke up early
You see what
today.
fucking happens here, man? I'm out here pouring my soul out about stealing from Walmart in Mason City.
I'm
You're
sorry.
like, all right, we all did it.
Yeah, get over it.
Oh,
My
fucking-
cousin got caught because his brother was best friends with the manager, and the manager reviewed the footage and was like, "That's you." It was Ian.
Oh.
That sucks.
It was Ian.
You're like,
Also,
"That's
my
Ian."
cousin Ian is like the most I love you, Ian, but he's like one of the most uncoordinated kids. So watching him run, it's like a very specific type of run
Yeah.
where you could go, no, it wasn't, and they go, run to the fucking
It'd
street
be like,
side.
it'd be
Yeah.
like
Just-
watching Nate shoot a basketball.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
form, you can tell something's not.
You can go by distance. You can see where it lands.
Yeah, he's gonna message
it
me.
make it to
I
the
am
paint?
athletic. I'm like, no, you're
It
not.
did make it to
Ian.
the paint. That was the best it got. Best it got was right in the paint.
Well, I tell you what, I think we've been at it. We've been at it for a
we've
fucking-
been at it for a minute.
We're at the
Hey,
hour.
Marshall.
Hell yeah. Thank y'all. This
Yeah,
was
dude,
fun.
thanks for fucking.
Good to
coming.
see y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, man.
Yeah.
Extra episode at patreon.com/triplefpod.
Go over
Go
there.
check out Nate Marshall. It's Nate Marshall on Instagram.
Is that name Marshall? I gotta change it.
Is
It's,
that Nate Marshall?
it sucks.
You should just
Such
change it to Nate Marshall Comedy and like all of us or
Ah.
comic.
I hate that shit too.
I know. Me
That
too.
shit's
I did it
so-
so
I hate it
long
too.
ago and I just
Yeah.
left it. It's just like whatever.
Yeah.
At the
Oh, is that
time-
what yours is? My
Mine's
bad.
Matt Ross comic. Yeah.
Okay.
At the
okay.
time,
Mine is
it felt
comedy
like a
as well.
move where it's like, no, I'm taking this seriously. And now it's just like, I don't want to change it.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's also SEO. If people type in Matt Ross and
Yeah.
they start to type comedy because they saw me be funny,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
come up. So
I got you.
yeah.
I changed it because it was too difficult to get people to follow Joof Doozy after shows. They were like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Just Jeffy D comedy. It's easier."
Shout out
Yeah.
to the shout outs.
All right.
Good Girl
Thank you
Studios on
guys.
YouTube. Check out our sketches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank y'all for
I
having
love
me.
you guys.